What's up guys, I'm George Martinez and you're watching Chasing Folklore, a channel about travel and the investigation of all creepy things. And today I'm really excited because I'm actually going to show you two different stories for Storytime. One which is based on a true paranormal story, and the other one, well, it's just plain creepy. You guys may be asking yourselves where these stories even come from. And the thing is that Chazelle's family actually came to visit last week and they stayed with us for a little while. So what happened was, one of the nights we started talking about urban legends and creepy stories and things like that, and because I just love talking about that stuff. And her uncle, he's just one of those people who doesn't believe in creepy things, but he told me that he did have a really creepy experience back when he lived in Mexico. And as soon as I heard the story, I just had to write it all down because I really wanted to share it with you guys. It's really interesting, and it gave me it was creepy. I was gonna say it gave me the creeps because that's what Chazelle and I say when we're scared. We're oh, the creeps, you know. So the story is really good, and I want to share it with you guys. If you guys don't know who Chazelle is, she is actually this beautiful woman right here. If you don't know, we actually recently got engaged, and there's a video about our engagement / investigation in our travel investigation videos. If you haven't checked them out, you can go check them out. I'll put the link below so you guys can check those out. They're a ton of fun, and I love doing that cinematic effects and that B-roll, which is awesome. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into the story for you guys. So as I was mentioning, this story takes place in Mexico, specifically in Morelia, Mexico. And Morelia, Mexico is a town that is extremely old. Morelia, Mexico is a city that dates human settlements as far back as the 7th century. And it was conquered after that by the Spanish in the 1500s, and in the 1700s, most of the buildings that were created, the churches and monuments of the city, the really old stuff that our old architecture that honestly looks beautiful, was created during the 1700s. Most of these buildings are actually still completely intact. And the city has a lot of history, a lot of culture, a lot of great food, and of course, because it comes with really old cities, a great history of hauntings. So this story, I'm gonna call it The Woman on the Wheelchair. And it goes like this. When I was young, I attended high school in Morelia, Mexico, a city that was quite far from Tuxpan, my hometown. Morelia is a wonderful city, and I was lucky enough to find room with a local family. Maria, the lady of the house, was old, excruciatingly old. She could not walk on her own and relied on a wheelchair to get around. Her daughters, Carmen and Sylvia, were the ones who took care of her. They took care of her basic necessities. They fed her and kept her company. Every morning, they would take out Miss Maria into the patio so that she could get some fresh air and enjoy the sunlight. When school came to a close, I went back to Tuxpan and spent the summer with my family. I did not see Miss Maria or her daughters during that time until I came back at the beginning of the school year. My trip to Morelia was long and I was exhausted. I found myself at Miss Maria's house around midnight. The key was left for me under the mat, and as I opened the door, I tiptoed my way inside. I froze in my steps when I looked through the glass door leading to the patio. I squinted and could see Miss Maria sitting in her wheelchair as the pale moonlight hit her face. I walked up to the sliding door, opened it, and said, "Miss Maria, what are you doing here? Did Carmen and Sylvia leave you here?" She did not respond to me, but only stared ahead. "Miss Maria, do you need me to bring you back inside?" She kept on looking as if I wasn't even there. It all felt really strange, but I was too tired to continue. I walked back inside the house and went to bed. The next morning, as I walked out of my room and saw Carmen, I was really angry and I shouted, "Carmen, how could you leave your mom like that?" And she answered, "What are you talking about? Your mom, she was outside on her chair and no one brought her inside, you just left her." "Tonio, stop talking crazy. Mom died weeks ago." "But no, that's impossible. I saw her." I quickly ran to the patio to only find an empty wheelchair. And that story, honestly, when he told it in the way that he told it, because it's his story, it was honestly super, super creepy. He told me that he talked to her. He actually went up to her, talked to her, and said, you know, like, let's go back inside, or do you need some help? Or he tried just to kind of comfort her, and she just didn't respond to him at all. And the next morning he found out that she had actually passed away like weeks ago, and he saw her right there. So after that, he decided to move out of the house because he just kept feeling strange in there. He kept having weird nightmares and weird situations where he just didn't feel good anymore. So he actually left that place. So what do you guys think? Like, do you think that the house became haunted after she passed? And I don't understand those things really, right? Because then you think about, well, why do some places get haunted and some others don't? And why did this specific place stay haunted? Did she just want to stay in the house? Did she just want to, was she like a good kind of spirit? Or like, what was she trying to do? And it just sounds really freaky. Like, what do you guys think that means? Or like, have you guys had any experiences like that? Let me know and comment down below. So the other story that I wanted to talk to you guys about was a story that was submitted to me through email. And as you guys know, you guys can email me at any time and send me your stories. If you want me to talk about it, or if you guys want to just talk about creepy things, just email me. I'm right there. My email's down below. I'm not gonna read the story verbatim, but it's a really short, very interesting story about a guy who actually is also from Mexico. And apparently when he was in Mexico, he worked in a delivery business. He mentions that every time he drove to a specific bridge, something strange happens. So the story really starts when he makes a delivery, and this delivery he has to make it in the middle of the night because the place that he's going to is really far away and he had to get there by morning. So what happens was that there's a specific part that he like drove through. He said that he was driving his truck and it was the middle of the night, and suddenly he was just driving down the road and he felt a bump in his truck. And it was a really strange bump that he thought it could have been maybe an animal, but it had to be like a big animal or like maybe even a person, but he wasn't really sure. He heard something, he stopped the truck, looked around, he couldn't see anything, he didn't find anyone. He got back in the truck and just kept going. So then the thing was that every time he would make that same delivery to that same place, he said that when he was going by that bridge, he always saw somebody at the bridge just standing there, like a shadow person or some sort of thing. And he saw it there every time he passed by the bridge when he was driving by himself. And he thought, like, what is this? Like, is this the person? Like, is there somebody there? Like, do they need help? And as soon as he would get closer and closer and closer, he says that like he would just, you know, blink or close his eyes or something and it would be gone. But the thing was that it happened in this specific place every single time. So the really interesting thing is though that he kept seeing this, but only when he was driving on his own. If he brought in another person that worked with him, nothing would happen. There would be no experience. Only when he was alone, he would see this person by the bridge, this like strange figure. And I thought that was like a really interesting story or like thing to talk to you guys about, because I don't know, like, what do you guys think, like, that maybe like that the first night he actually hit someone and then this person's just like there waiting every time he passes by, or was it just nobody to begin with? To be honest, I don't even know what was the thing that he saw, but it could have been really anything. If you guys like this story though, hit that thumbs up and let me know that you guys like content like this. And also don't forget to subscribe. We put videos every Monday. And I'm gonna see if I can also start putting videos on Thursdays, so then we'll have Monday videos and Thursday videos so you guys can have more content. I love doing this. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And again, don't forget to send me things, guys. Like, I enjoy reading everything you guys send me and all the crazy stories. Like, they're awesome, and that's what I love doing. I'm gonna see if I can actually make another travel investigation this Halloween. I have a couple of ideas and I think you guys are gonna love it. So don't forget to just follow me, keep updated, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next chase then.